What is up, everybody? It is Alex, the Boogeyman here, Title Boxing Club in Pittsburgh, with your focus point of the week. And it is finally my birthday week. I know you're all excited. I'm getting to be an older Boogeyman. So this week we're going to talk about being responsible, being defensively responsible. Now, a lot of things encompass defensive responsibility, but first and foremost, it begins with the mind. When you are boxing, you want to treat it like you are always in a fight. You're not hitting a heavy bag, you're hitting a person. And if you're not punching them, they're gonna start punching you. When you approach things this way, everything will change. You start thinking about getting hit back. It will take your workout to a new level. So some of the things that it will change, right, is we consider whenever we throw a punch, we're open for a punch. So we always want to make sure that our non-punching hand is covering our face. Sometimes even our punching hand, we'll bring our shoulders up on a cross, for instance, to help guard that side of my face in case I get hit. Also, getting your hand back in general, right? You don't want to go boom, boom. You want to get that hand back quickly. So as soon as I throw that cross, I'm bringing it right back to my face. Now, there's other defensive stuff you can do besides just bringing your hands back. I could maybe, let's say I throw that uppercut. Maybe I roll, I take a little roll out of there. Or just simply step out, step back, step out of range. That's being defensively responsible, because if somebody's there and I hit them, I'm getting away from them so they can't hit me back. Again, it's gonna also help with that conditioning. You might think that throwing more punches is a better workout, but as I always say, it is not. Trust me, I'm older and wiser now. Another thing too is we want to make sure our eyes are always on the target. We don't want to look down at the ground and punch, or look up at the scoreboard while we punch, or even when we're throwing a punch, we don't want to go turn my head like this. We talked about that last week in the hook. My head, I'm looking here because I'm looking at you. But really, if I throw my hook, I got to make sure my eyes are forward on my opponent. When we slip, we're not turning our head. We're always looking at that opponent because that opponent is dangerous. We don't want them to get us. Another way to be defensively responsible is to always have that good posture, that good fighting stance. Make sure, besides just hands being up, you want to make sure you're balanced. You don't want to be off balance, leaning forward while you're throwing punches. In fact, you never want to lean forward. That's not defensively responsible. My head's right here. I don't want someone to hit my head. So staying balanced, always being able to move, step out of the way, defend, always be ready to punch, or God forbid, take a punch. You want to be balanced. Even though it may not sound like it has anything to do with defense, you also don't want to have any tells telling your opponent either what punch you're throwing or that you're about to throw a punch. You don't want to do that, because when they can see what punch you're going to throw or see that you're even going to throw a punch, they can start thinking about countering it. So we want to eliminate all things like sometimes people drop their hands when they throw the jabs or when they throw the cross, or sometimes people will, even when they move around pretty good, and then it's like suddenly they lock in, boom, boom. Right, they move around, they lock in, boom, boom. You don't want to do that. We don't want to let them know that we're even going to throw a punch. Instead, it's always moving up and down. Who knows? Am I throwing a punch or not? So we want to make sure we're not giving that away. Also, this is maybe a little bit more advanced on the subject of tells, but certain times we might start a combination with something like a lead hook to the body, right? Or maybe a lead uppercut. It's very hard, or maybe a rear uppercut. Very hard to start a combination with those punches against someone who's paying any attention. So this is, again, more advanced, but you can think about, how am I going to get in there? If it starts with a lead hook, maybe I feint a little bit, I roll, throw that hook, and then I throw whatever the rest of the combination, rest of the punch of combination are. Or maybe instead, I smother, get in, boom, 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 boom. Right? Just something to kind of lead into it. Or maybe it's just off of some simple head movement, just some simple tick-tock head movement. Makes it a lot harder for your opponent to know what's getting on. It also makes your workout that much better. I'll say it again and again, because it's so true until I'm 100. Now, another thing, and this really goes without saying, but we don't want to pose. We don't want to freeze. I talk about getting your hands back quickly, right? Sometimes you see people and you see them kind of boom, 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 boom. They kind of freeze at the end. Even though burnout, sometimes I was like, push, push, push. No, can't do that, because someone's going to hit you. If I'm just standing there like I hit a home run in baseball, someone's going to hit me. I can't have that. So no freezing. No freezing at all. And along those lines, you can't call timeouts in boxing. Not in the middle of a round, at least. And like a referee can do it, but you can't do it. So let's say we're doing a combination, and maybe we're doing Jared, pass my hook. You're like, oh boy. I'm tired. I'm having an off day. Boogeyman's really working me hard out there. No! The bag's gonna hit you! Your opponent's gonna hit you! There are no timeouts! But what if you really are tired? What if the boogeyman really is working hard? They got a combination. Then you move. You get on your bicycle. Aim your hands up. You circle the bag. If you want to, you can even move your hand and head a little bit. If you're just super tired, keep your hands up and look like you're still fighting. You cannot tell your opponent or the boogeyman that you're tired. Not until the round is over. Even then, probably don't do it. So that's a lot of stuff. In fact, there's even more stuff. Somebody didn't mention. It is a rich tapestry, a mini Splendor thing, that defensive responsibility, but we all gotta do it, and we're gonna really focus on it this week.